So today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit of meal reviews in context with the training that we have been given. The important thing is to ensure that all of your meals are balanced. So let's jump over to the computer screen. I'm going to pull up some of these meals that were posted and let's go through them one by one. Alright guys, so if you look at the screen here, you're going to see three charts. One says weight loss, one says maintenance, and one says muscle gain. So for weight loss, you need a high protein, low carb, and low fat. Maintenance, moderate protein, carbs, and fat. And of course, muscle gain, high protein, high carbs, and high fats. Personally speaking, I'm not a big fan of the low carbs diet. Reason being because your body needs carbohydrates, especially for optimum brain function. The carbohydrates, if you remember, are the primary fuel for energy in your body. So bringing it down to a low amount, not a big fan, because there is the backlash when you start to go into the craving section. So the chart that says muscle gain, I believe that is a more balanced one, and that is what we're going to use. The key is to using healthy foods to fill out these different requirements. So let's stick with that muscle gain chart, and that's going to be the one we're going to use moving forward. If you guys remember, I gave you a micronutrient cheat sheet, and that is in yesterday's training. And that is going to give you some options that you can use to fill out these different nutrients, right? So we're just going to use this as the basis for assessing and reviewing our foods. Also guys, if your picture happened to appear here, don't take it personal. We're just reviewing the foods to the benefit or for the benefit of other members, so you can see now how to tweak your food to get you close to a goal. So first picture, we have crackers and sardine. Okay, so let's take a look at it in regards to this chart that we spoke about. So let's say 45% carbohydrates, 36% protein, and 20% healthy fats. So let's go back here. As you can see, the biscuits, okay, yes, they can be low calorie. However, I'm not sure exactly which biscuits they are. Is the flour a white flour or is it a whole wheat flour? Of course, a whole wheat biscuit will be a better option. Whole grain always outweighs white. That's number one. So we have some carbohydrates there, maybe a little protein, I'm not sure. And the sardine is protein and also has some healthy fats in it. A great late night snack, it can work. What I would add to it is some greens, because the greens are very important, especially going to sleep. You want foods that are easy to digest. The reason why I would not add the biscuit too much is because it is a processed food. It is not a natural food. So what I would have replaced that with is if you had some sweet potatoes or if you had oats. Again, these are natural foods. These are easily assimilated in the body and great for digestion. You could have cut it out altogether and just put greens and the fish. That would also have worked. That would have been low carbohydrate diet going to sleep. You are going into an inactive state. So if you have too much carbohydrates in your body, then your body is simply going to turn it and store it as fat, which is not what you want. So at nighttime, you want to keep your carbohydrates. This is the only time you should really keep your carbohydrates low before going to sleep. All right. So let's take a look at this one. Now this one is not bad at all. I actually like this one. This one will be great for a dinner. If you notice, it is predominantly greens, and also you have some other fruit salads going in there. Thing to note though, do not eat greens, vegetables, and fruits in the same setting. Reason being, fruits digest a lot faster. With that, because the food digests faster, it's going to stay in your stomach and ferment. And that fermentation can cause gas and stomach discomfort. So fruits should be eaten ideally an hour before your meals, and then you can eat the rest of your vegetables and everything else together. So like I say, subtracting the fruit, this is a great meal for going to bed with. High in greens and a little bit of healthy fats. I see the walnuts there, and I believe she has chicken breast underneath or some sort of a protein That will be a great meal for sleeping time. All right, this meal was actually a great meal. It was more of a balanced meal. If you notice, she has a high amount, she almost has the same amount of carbohydrates as she has protein. If you remember the chart that we looked at earlier. So this is a great ratio. I like it. The only thing I would add to it again is greens. So if you can get a lot more greens in your foods, it will be good. And I will explain to you why, just briefly. Greens has micronutrients. We haven't looked at micronutrients as yet, but greens has micronutrients. The benefits of micronutrients is that they help other chemical reactions perform more efficiently. This is why you need micronutrients in your diet. It helps the rest of the processes to be augmented and to perform better, right? So always try and get some greens in your food. And next benefit of micronutrients and greens is that it causes the body to go in an alkaline state. If you're not familiar with acid and alkaline, diseases thrive in an acid state. So if your body is more in an acid state, diseases will form easier. When your body is more in an alkaline state, it's harder for diseases to form. Also, it is easier to lose weight in an alkaline state, and that's what vegetables does to your body. This is almost like a textbook meal right here. If you notice, there is the rice, basmati rice, I believe it is. Then there is a portion of vegetables, a very healthy portion, and then there is your protein, which is the chicken breast. This user also cooked it in coconut oil, which is great. That's the healthy fats coming in. So this right here would be a textbook meal. Now, if you want alternatives, remember to revert to the chart. So if you wanted to change out basmati rice, you could change out basmati rice with ground provision. So a sweet potato or a yam or both. But just make sure that your proportions are correct. Your greens, that's perfect. The only thing you want to do if you want to augment that is to keep them closer to raw. Because when you heat them up, you kill out of the enzymes in the food. These enzymes are needed to perform chemical reaction and also keep balance in your digestive tract. So that's the only difference I would have done here. But everything else, this is like a textbook meal. So this has been my review of these. And if you guys have any questions, then send them in the group chat and I will answer them. If you guys are still lost in planning your meals, remember to revert back to the cheat sheet that I placed in day number 2. Also, don't forget to add your greens, your vegetables. That will provide the micronutrients, the enzymes, and put your body in a more alkaline state, which is conducive for weight loss. So guys, I know this one was a bit longer than normal, but hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next video training.
VFX footage.